And thank you very much for attending. It's my honor to introduce the chairman of the event, Diane Paula Romero. Diane.
Again, thank you everybody for coming. I think it's awesome that this horrible tragedy turned into something really good and a lot of great things, and you'll hear from Bruce Ayers and he'll tell it all, and you know, a lot more things will happen too. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of a closing later. So right now I'm going to introduce the board. Mr. Coughlin, Kevin Coughlin, and he's the Ward 3 Councilor.
Thank you, Diane. Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be here with all of you. I'm bringing the greetings of the City of Quincy, the City Council, and Mayor Thomas Cope. But I think, obviously, the real thanks and acknowledgement goes to Diane and all of you who are here today, who have supported her efforts. Thanking yourselves and giving yourselves a hand, because were it not for you, this issue would have remained unaddressed and would have languished. I was struck when I looked at the Facebook site by the fact that you acknowledge that a group of people coming together for a common cause can be very powerful. And certainly that was the case here. Abuse should never be tolerated. And as we've seen with terrorism, if you see something, you have to say something, and you have to do something. And you have. Your voices were heard on the steps of the courthouse and in the halls of Beacon Hill at the State House. You have spread the word that animal abuse and cruelty is not acceptable and will not be tolerated anywhere at any time. There's a well-established connection between those who would abuse animals and those who would abuse spouses, elders, and children. And this bench that we unveil today will stand as a constant reminder that we and our work to end the cycles of violence will never be done.
Good morning, everyone. I want to bring the greetings from the Massachusetts House of Representatives. It's great to be here on this special occasion, and I appreciate the opportunity to participate in the Puppy Doe Memorial Bench ceremony. We honor this memorial bench, which symbolizes our support, strength, and compassion we, as a community and a state, have for our animals in the Commonwealth. When the Puppy Doe incident occurred last year in August, it certainly hit us hard in the Quincy community. Where Puppy Doe was found here in this park, it's only fitting that this memorial bench be placed here in this park. It's hard to believe that someone could impose such harm and torture to a defenseless animal. But unfortunately, every day, innocent animals are abused. However, when the word spread of this animal abuse case that took place in this park where we are this morning, the community rallied and showed they would not stand for this. And from the beginning, the residents came together from Quincy and around the state to show their steadfast support. From this incident, we received a tremendous amount of support that led to the passage of a new law in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts under Mass General Laws, Chapter 293, Acts of 2014, that prevents animal abuse. And what this law will do will set stronger fines and penalties towards anyone who is prosecuted for animal abuse. It raises penalties for animal cruelty convictions from 2.5 years to 7 years. The bill also allows a penalty of up to 10 years and/or a fine of $10,000 for repeat convictions. It requires veterinarians to report suspected animal abuse cases. And it also creates a task force made up of experts in law enforcement on animal protection to evaluate our state cruelty laws to ensure continuing progress. You stood up, you spoke out against animal abuse, and your involvement made the difference. It's an honor to be with you here this morning. For me, this bench dedication will serve as a reminder that Puppy Doe did not die in vain through all our hard work together, supporting and protecting animal welfare. Thank you.
The next person that I'd like to invite up is Michael Albanese, who is the vice chairman. Christine Bandiera is very much a part of this as well. She's the secretary of the Memorial Fund. And Michael Albanese.
He is your friend, your partner, your defender, your dog. You are his life, his love, his leader. He will be yours, faithful and true, to the last beat of his heart. You owe it to him to be worthy of such devotion. I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Those 43 words, to me, sum up the relationship between a human and a dog. Sadly, the author is not known, so I cannot credit him for it. We have gathered here today to honor Puppy Doe. Although this is a single memorial, it will signify many things to many people. To some, it will be just a bench, and they will sit and watch their children use the playground. To others, it will be a place to come and mourn the loss of Puppy Doe. But most of all, we hope it will be a teaching tool for those that don't know the story of Puppy Doe that will hopefully inspire them to get involved in animal welfare. But to the city of Quincy, that is a symbol that animal abuse will not be tolerated. The city and its residents will not stand for it. Just yesterday, we were here putting up the pens, preparing for the ceremony, and a man came up to discuss what we were doing. He stated how sad it was, what happened to Puppy Doe, but how she didn't die in vain, and how she became a catalyst for people to take action that might not have done it before. This is the power of Puppy Doe. Thank you.
We were amazed at the next speaker, and he is Jeffrey Brandt, the Pitbull poet.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me. It's called It's Time. We've done it, but this is going out to the rest of the country. The time is upon us, and I'm here to say, BSL doesn't work, and we need a new way. To abolish a breed is not a solution. In fact, I think they deserve retribution. How sad it must be to be locked in a cell, alone and unloved, with no one to tell. It's not just a few, but thousands who live it, with hearts full of love and no way to give it. It saddens me knowing they don't have a chance to express how they feel with a big happy dance. Instead, they are destined to be put to sleep with no chance of love or a family to keep. How is it with dogs? They can pass legislation that abuses them all and distorts reputation. To do this to people would be highly unlawful. Politicians dismissed and looked at as awful. It's time we express how we all feel inside, that we love our pit bulls and we say it with pride. For an idiot raises a dog up to bite, then another says ban them, and they think that's right. The decision, I'm sure, was made because it's easy, but prejudice in any form is still sleazy. If we all come together, we become quite a voice, and the people of power will be left with the choice. If you wish to remain and become re-elected, you have to make choices that get you respected. The biggest of which I'm sure you can tell would be ending this thing that they call BSL. Thanks, everyone.
Lord, we ask you to bless this bench and our memory and reality of Puppy Joe. We ask you to bless all who are here. We thank you for the blessing that you give us of the animals, the blessing that you give us of our pets, and the blessing that you give us in all that you call us to do to care for the animals as the animals call for us. And we ask this through Christ our Lord.
Some comfort here in the arms of the angel, they'll find some comfort here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, all of you.
One look in your eyes, and there I see just what you mean to me. Here in my heart, I believe your love is all I'll ever need. Holding you close through the night, I need you. I look in your eyes, and there I see what happiness really means. The love that we share makes life so sweet. Together we'll always.
He is now to be among you at the calling of your heart. Rest assured this troubadour is acting on his part. The union of your spirits here has caused him to remain. For whenever two or more of you are gathered